Greg Kelly interviewing former President Trump yesterday evening after he was booked at the Fulton County Jail in Atlanta. And here with her reaction to yesterday's historic events, legal spokeswoman and general counsel for Save America, Alina Habba. Alina, great to have you with us here. I'm guessing that you've probably spoken to Mr. Trump today since yesterday's events. Have you? And what is his state of mind today?
I have spoken to President Trump, yes. He is doing fantastically and happy to put yesterday behind him. But quite honestly, looking at his numbers, I mean, just his one post on Twitter, what happened with Tucker, it's been a tremendous week for him. It shows his strength and resilience, and you really can't ignore it at this point. The more they hit him, he just comes back up stronger.
We know one of the other folks in the case in Atlanta has asked for a quick trial, a rapid trial, which is his right. Yet the president probably is less inclined to do that. What kind of time frame would you have in mind?
Well, you know, it all depends on the witnesses. We don't have any information. When you're in investigation mode in grand juries, those are all not shared, obviously, with the other side's legal team and legal counsel. So at this moment, yes, we are not going to be asking for a speedy trial. I think the defendant was Mr. Cheeley, but you also can't force one to do what the other is doing. That's what happens when you have 19 co-defendants and they have separate counsel and their own defenses and their own angles and lawyers that are strategizing. So for our team, no, we are not asking for a quick trial. We will ask for a fair trial when everyone is ready at the appropriate time. I do not see that happening in the next 6 months. If you ask me, I couldn't imagine how you could be ready. But, you know, Fannie has high hopes. I just think they're unrealistic and ridiculous, frankly.
Alina, you have said that the president's booking personifies the crisis in America. What crisis specifically are you referring to there?
I think that when we see anything political in the justice system, that is not any different than dictatorships and things we've seen historically that are frightening to me. And when you try and put your opponent in jail, who has been so good for this country, has done his service for this country, didn't even take his salary from this country, and is willing to again sacrifice for this country, and you attack them in a way that has never been seen before, that mugshot says it all. He is defiant, he is a fighter, and he is going to try and take America back. These people that are attacking him, they don't love America. This is not a love for our country, and this is not a love for the people that live in this country. This is a love of power, and that is a very, very dangerous thing. And that is what I meant by that. This is a very pivotal, a very sad and pivotal moment for this country.
Do you and the legal team have any plans to file motions, for instance, to get rid of some of the espionage charges? Some people would argue that's an overcharge when it comes to the documents case, or to move into a federal court when it comes to the the Fulton County charges. Is anything like that coming in the next few weeks?
I'm not going to speak to legal strategy. I would be disbarred if I did, but I can tell you that the teams on the ground that are dealing with this have vetted every option. There are motions being drafted. I think some of the ones you mentioned are incredibly obvious and warrant some real consideration. So, yes, I think we have a little bit of a banana republic. And if you look at these indictments, it shows it. The claims are bizarre. Some of them are incredibly old, antiquated, and just not applicable. We have bogus indictment after indictment. We have, unfortunately, also prosecutors and DAs that are politically motivated and persecuting him in a malicious way that is also unethical. So there's so many levels. It's not just the court, it's also ethics. And we're considering all venues and options.
Alina, obviously, the president is also campaigning right now for 2024. How will all of the legal obligations work with, or how are you going to make them work with his run to be president again?
I hate to say it, but it's almost been the gift that keeps on giving, I think, to his campaign. I'm not part of the campaign. I know that the campaign has some tremendously smart individuals who have been with him for some time, have been in Washington for some time, and know how to maneuver this kind of obstacles, frankly. And politics, there's always obstacles. I think that it's a very difficult industry to be in, but he seems to thrive and beyond, and he will do well. If you look at his poll numbers, I think it says it all, right? I'm just the lawyer, but I can tell you that those handling the campaign will be just fine. And he's lucky that he has his policies and what he's done in the past behind him, I think, because it speaks for itself. It's why he didn't debate.
And speaking of the debate, there's another one in a month. Again, we understand you're a legal advisor, but any talk in the campaign that you might do another interview, say, with Greg Kelly while that other debate's going on?
He always will do another interview with Greg Kelly. No, the president, look, every day to say what we're going to do in a month. I mean, he's got a tremendous amount of support in people with looking at everything, analyzing everything. And frankly, his intuition is probably the best thing ever. He knows how to navigate this world now. And he's, and when I say this world, I mean the political world that he was new to in 2016. He is now the most influential Republican person in the party, in my opinion. So let's see what happens in a month. I'm sure they will be advising him and he will make a decision then. But I think at this point, it's just premature. It was premature. And look at how well he did on Tucker. I mean, that said it all. Did you see the amount of his over 200 million views? I mean, it broke the internet, frankly.
Yeah, we still are wondering about what is counted exactly. But we do know that it's always counted accurately on Greg Kelly's show. So just passing that along.
Just dropping that hint right there for you, Alina.
If it comes up in conversation. Well, that wasn't a real view on that Twitter.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Alina Habba, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks.